Train Boy 54 Productions 2021.
It was an exciting day on the island of Sodor. "Good morning," called Harold. Annie and Clarabelle were full of happy children. Thomas was taking them to their annual sports day. Everything was ready for the day to begin. "I do hope I'm number one and win a medal," said a boy. "It must be splendid to win a medal," chuffed Thomas. "After all, I'm engine number one." Thomas worked hard all afternoon, but he couldn't stop thinking about medals. He imagined himself wearing a gold medal on a bright red ribbon. How smart he would look. "Hello, Thomas," whistled Percy. "I'm taking Sir Topham Hatt to Sports Day." "You can see the egg and spoon race," chuffed Thomas. "I didn't know eggs and spoons had races." "The children race with eggs on spoons," said Bertie. "And the winner gets a medal. I wish I could have a medal." "You need to win a race first," whistled Percy. "I'll race you, Thomas. The first one to the station is the winner." "You're on," called Thomas. "Ready, steady, go!" "Better hurry, Bertie," peeped Thomas. Then Thomas had to stop to pick up some passengers. "Better hurry, Thomas," teased Bertie as he rattled over the bridge. Then Bertie had to stop at a level crossing. "Last one there puffs hot air," called Thomas. Thomas was nearly at the station. As he drew near the playing field, a signalman flagged him down. Now Thomas was really cross. Bertie was sure to win. Then he saw Sir Topham Hatt. "Thomas, the Sports Day medals have been left in my office. You must fetch them at once. We can't let the children down." "Of course not, sir," replied Thomas, and he chuffed away. Meanwhile, Bertie had raced into the station. "I won!" shouted Bertie. "I won!" And he waited eagerly for Thomas. He waited and waited. But Thomas had forgotten about the race. He was thinking about the children. "I can't let them down. I can't let them down." At last, Thomas puffed back into the big station. The station master gave Thomas's driver the box of medals. Then Thomas set off again. He arrived just in time. "Well done," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Thank you, sir," panted Thomas. Sir Topham Hatt presented the medals to the winners. "Congratulations." "Thank you, sir." The next day, Bertie and the medal winner arrived with a surprise for Thomas. A small boy presented him with a gold medal on a red ribbon.
You were very helpful at Sports Day.
So we thought you should have a medal of your own, added the boy. My very own medal, said Thomas. Thank you. 3 cheers for Thomas, the #1 engine. Hip, hip, hooray!
But I still won the race, tooted Bertie.
Thomas just peeped happily.
Every engine on the island of Sodor looks different. Can you tell who this is? This engine is all black. It's got 6 driving wheels and only 4 wheels for the tender. What else can we see on this engine? It's the number 10. Do you know which engine on Sodor is number 10? Here's another clue. This engine's name begins with the letter D. There's only one engine on Sodor whose name begins with the letter D and is number 10. Do you know who it is? It's Douglas! Hello, Douglas!
Percy is a little green engine who can shunt and pull. He pulls both passengers and freight. At the docks and at the quarry. Percy's favorite job is carrying the mail. But sometimes Percy has so much to do, he ends up running late. One evening, Percy arrived late at Brendam Docks.
You're late again, Percy, said the dock manager. I will have to speak to Sir Topham Hatt.
Percy was upset. Percy returned to Tidmouth Sheds. The other engines were already asleep. Then Percy heard voices on the other side of the sheds. It was Sir Topham Hatt, and he was talking to Percy's driver. Percy tried not to listen, but he couldn't help himself.
Percy has been late too often this week, said Sir Topham Hatt. He must go to the scrapyards tomorrow.
Sir Topham Hatt wants to scrap me, gasped Percy. Percy worried all night long. The next morning, the sun shone and the birds sang, but Percy was too upset to notice. Sir Topham Hatt wants to scrap me, he cried, and all because I was late. Sir Topham Hatt wouldn't scrap a really useful engine, said Thomas. And you, Percy, are a really useful engine. Percy felt better until he noticed the time. I'm going to be late, he cried. Percy wheeshed away. If he was on time, maybe Sir Topham Hatt wouldn't send him to the scrapyards. Percy's first job was collecting pipes from Brendam Docks. But when he arrived, Cranky was still unloading. Hurry up, slow coach, wheezed Percy. I must be on time.
I'll take as long as I like,
said Cranky, and he went slower than ever. The moment Cranky had finished, Percy took off. He hadn't waited for the pipes to be tied down. Percy rounded the bend. The pipe slipped and fell all over the track, but Percy puffed on. Percy thought he had delivered the pipes, so he chuffed away to his next job. Percy was to take some tar wagons to the workmen mending the roads.
Be careful, said his driver. Tar is sticky stuff.
But Percy wasn't being careful. He was going too fast. Percy charged down Gordon's hill. He didn't see Gordon and the express until it was too late. The brake van passed Gordon, but the tar wagons didn't. Luckily, no one was hurt, but Gordon was very cross.
Now look what you've done, he wheezed. What will Sir Topham Hatt say?
Percy thought he knew. "Oh no," he cried. "I'm sure to be scrapped now." And so Percy decided to run away. Harvey was clearing away the tar wagons when Sir Topham Hatt arrived aboard Thomas.
Where is Percy? He said. He has caused confusion and delay.
Gordon didn't know.
He just left very quickly, sir.
"He heard you at the shed, sir," said Thomas. "He thought you were sending him to be scrapped."
I think I need a word with Percy, said Sir Topham Hatt. You must all help me find him.
And so everyone looked for Percy. They searched high, and they searched low. They looked to and fro, but they couldn't see Percy anywhere. "What's to become of me?" Percy whispered. But there was no one around to hear. Percy looked very small and felt very lonely. Thomas and Sir Topham Hatt were looking for Percy on Thomas's branch line. Thomas suddenly had an idea.
I think I know where Percy is, sir.
And he puffed back to Tidmouth Sheds as fast as he could. The sheds were very quiet as Thomas rolled into the engine berths.
Percy, called Sir Topham Hatt, are you there?
"Please don't scrap me, sir," he said. "I didn't mean to be late or cause trouble."
Scrap you? Boomed Sir Topham Hatt. Why, the very thought of it.
And Sir Topham Hatt told Percy what he had really said.
I told your driver you had been working too hard, and that was why you were late. I had decided that after taking some scrap to the smelters, you were to carry the mail all week.
Percy was as happy as he had ever been.
Do you really mean it, sir?
Puffed Percy proudly.
The mail for a whole week! Thank you, sir!
Percy couldn't stop himself tooting for joy. Thomas tooted too. It was good to have his friend back. So Percy carried the mail all week. He wasn't late and he didn't make a mistake, not one. And Percy decided never to listen to silly stories ever again, especially not ones made up by himself.